Welcome to the Murphy, Sam, and Jodi After the Show podcast. You can be a part of it by sending us an email or posting on our Facebook page, or if you're listening on the iHeartRadio app, you can use the TalkBack mic because we do love to hear from you.
So curious today, or whenever we get a statement, the world gets a statement from Justin Timberlake based on his DUI arrest, because in the world of celebrity, celebrities live by a different set of, they think they do, I guess sometimes, live by a different set of rules than some of us. And I'm so curious to see how he will handle this. And at the time of this After the Show podcast, he has been released, but he has not made a statement yet. We know that he has a virtual court appearance July 26th. So that's, good time away.
Right.
And he has a concert Friday night. He has a show in Chicago. So before he hits the stage, I do feel like he's probably meeting with advisors right now about how to handle this in the media. And I just am very, very, very curious as to how he will handle it. And I hope that he takes responsibility for it. I hope that he doesn't fight it and say, I had one martini, because the report is that he was swerving into the oncoming lane of traffic.
I can't imagine he's going to try to defend it.
I don't think he will.
It's 2024. He's been, he's old enough that, and has been around long enough where he's not going to, because, there would be a lot of blowback from that. It's not the, you're driving while intoxicated. You're injuring or you're risking your own life and the lives of anybody else who's on the road around you. That's a fact. There's nothing. There's no way around that.
Yeah.
And so trying to provide an excuse would be,
based on what he told them, though. Hey, wait, no, I only had one martini with dinner.
He supposedly told them.
Correct.
Well, we don't know that. And that's another thing, too. Between social media and everything else, there's no way of knowing, what actually took place there. But think about that. Anybody that gets pulled over, you're not going to want to, I guess you're not going to want to be arrested for anything.
No.
So, but,
and the mugshot was released.
Yeah.
Sam noted what good lighting it was. It was really good lighting.
I know he's got glassy eyes.
He does have glassy eyes.
But the lighting is amazing in that mugshot.
Well,
I've seen lots of mugshots, and they're never that pretty.
I haven't seen it yet. Is he smiling in it or not? He's just kind of straight-faced.
I wouldn't call it a smile, but he's not.
Yeah,
he's not sad mugshot looking.
Yeah.
It's a strange little, you can Google it. In fact, if you just open up your feed, you'll find it. It's there. It's the number one thing there today. It's just a sad situation. He really should have known better. And I hope that is what he says when he finally makes a statement. Please say that you knew you should have never done that.
Yeah.
Say it.
The court of public opinion is a tricky thing because, you've got a couple of things at play when it comes to DUI. You have people that don't necessarily have a problem with alcohol, but make a really bad decision that, risks their lives and the lives of everybody else around them. And then you do have people that actually do have a real, issue with that, AKA me and Sam. When I stopped, and as somebody that has firsthand experience with a DUI, which I did not fight it, by the way. I knew I was, I didn't know what I was doing when I did it, which was dumb, but I wasn't going to try to defend it because obviously, Anyway, I think that if you do have a problem with it, that's a different thing. And so passing judgment on somebody if they've got an issue, if they're getting help or they know they need to get help, that's a plus. But, to me, if you don't have an issue with alcohol, I guess maybe I should say whether you have an issue with alcohol or not, driving while intoxicated is clearly not acceptable, right? That's why it's illegal. That's why, and it
could have been one of those things where he was near wherever his destination was, and he just wanted to drive it, and he thought he didn't even think.
Yeah, right. And it doesn't mean it wasn't a mistake. I mean, I'm sure it was accidental.
Yes, but the police claim that he was weaving, that he blew through a stop sign. Blowing through a stop sign. Like I said, that's not maybe confirmed, but that's what the police officers
we need to hear
said.
from him or his people as to.
Sure.
And like Murphy said, the court of public opinion is probably going to be the stronger one on this one because, there's the law, but if any sign that he tries to fight it, I think is not going to go his way.
Be a real problem.
Yeah.
Correct. I think about when celebrities make mistakes, it's more. It's harder for them to come back from, all of that. There's so much light on them. I think about Will Smith. And I always think about, my gosh, how how could you have made the decision to walk up on the Academy Awards stage and hit someone?
Right.
Like, I don't understand that decision. And
Well, the court of public opinion is amplified, a bazillion times today,
That's what I'm
thanks to
saying.
social media.
Yeah.
It would have been, it's any of these kinds of things that happened, 30 years ago before, internet was around. You could have things that would post on news sites, but that was before social media, before people were actively sharing things. You would eventually hear a story, but it was probably a matter of chance as to whether something really became very widely known
Right.
or not. Or if the mainstream news media didn't pick it up, then it wasn't widely known. So, today.
Or it could be buried.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
could
I'm
be,
sure
it could have
publicists
been,
back then had the ability
Oh.
to, hey, we just put that
You
back.
were so right. I never thought of it in that terms, but you can't bury
can't
things
stop it
today. No.
Yeah.
But that's why he's probably sitting down with the team right now to think of, how to address this, because he will.
I would be interested to, or am interested to find out if it's going to be one of those admissions or an indication of a bigger problem.
God,
If this is just a, hey, I'm stupid, I'm foolish, not going to do
Was
it.
this happened to him before?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. If this is
Oh,
going
I don't, yeah. If it's not, if it's not a regular thing, I guess there's no way to know, and he doesn't have to go there if he doesn't really have a problem with it. The fact that he's a dad, though, with children, all those kinds of things, you have to remember that he is a human at the end of the day. He's a person at the end of the day, and he's looking out for all those things. He's concerned about his family. He's concerned about his image. He's concerned about any legal issues that come out of it. There's a lot for him to manage. So you're right, Jodi. It's publicist, it's attorney, it's all the things that he really needs to before he makes a public statement. Again,
Careful.
because the public statement, if it's not perfectly worded, like you said, Sam, is going to get amplified again or spun in some way.
Yeah, that's the danger of celebrity. Like, careful what you wish for. If we look at people who are majorly successful, they also have major problems. They have it's trickier when they get into a bind.
Yeah.
Because they're living in a fishbowl.
Yeah. Look at Morgan Wallen.
Oh,
you
it's
know?
trickier when they get into a bind. So they have to have even thicker skin and they have to be smart. Do you guys want to know what he was driving?
What?
It's weird to me that they released that, but he was driving a 2025 BMW XM. I don't even know what that is, but it's brand new.
Yeah,
Wow.
the XM
Brand
is
spanking new.
Yeah, it's the top of the line, of their. I don't remember the name of their. It's not racing. I don't remember what the term is. Anyway,
Sport.
it's like brand new. That's a $170,000.
Like the first one in America, brand new.
Right.
Could be. Another part of the story that we've seen and been reading in the last 24 hours that's probably also not a big factor for him at all, but I'm sure in the moment it was like, what? It's that apparently one of the arresting officers did not know who he was because he was brand new out of the academy and young. And Justin apparently, this is also rumor, it's not in a police report that we're reading, but it's rumored that, Justin said something about this is going to hurt my tour. And he goes, what are you talking about? Who are you? Something like that he didn't know who he was. And I'm sure Justin Timberlake is not used to that on the daily either.
Yeah.
He's 43.
Yeah.
He's 43 years old. I'm pretty sure that he spent the last 20 something years of his life, everyone knowing who he is.
I realize that we don't know who he is, but he just seems to me to be the kind of person who will own up. When he had his issues in his marriage a couple of years ago,
He owned up.
Yeah. What was that? It was a movie he was in, his co-star that he was.
He was out of town filming a movie. I want to say he was in New Orleans.
I think it was in New Orleans.
He was in New
Yeah.
Orleans filming a movie. The wife and kids were back home, and he was seen hanging out, not on the set of the movie, but just after.
Right.
And
With a
kind of
female
his hands
co-star.
all over a female co-star.
Yeah.
Maybe not all over, but he was getting handsy with her.
Yeah.
And he apologized for it. But, it was the fact that picture was taken and it went
Yeah.
everywhere.
But he owned up to all that. And
yeah.
He made a statement around all that too. And that is interesting because that also involved alcohol, Sam. So you never know. Maybe what you said a minute ago, because we don't know those things behind the scenes either, right?
Right.
Just because
We don't know anything
just because
about
he
his
doesn't
life.
drive that way. Yeah, exactly.
It'll be interesting to see if he goes forward in his life and career and addresses any situation with alcohol, because I know he has made lots of jokes, even in live concert, about loving to drink. When he would start the song Senorita, the one we like so much, at the piano, he will take a shot and go, I love to drink.
Yeah.
doesn't mean he has a problem. It means he made a bad decision to get behind the wheel to go home the other night.
Right.
That's what it means.
Right.
Missed any part of the show? Get it all on the Murphy, Sam, and Jody podcast.